Greetings to everybody. A hearty welcome to everyone in Indian Monks. First, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sudeshna. Now, there are many people who already know me in this page, but in the hopes of new members joining this page who don't know who I am, this introduction is for them. My name is Sudeshna and I'm a member of International Vedanta Society and a disciple of Sri Bhagavan, who is the founder and core of International Vedanta Society. Till now, Indian Monks has only conducted live sessions in Bengali, but we felt that if we want to reach a wider audience, then we need to change the mode of communication, we need to change the language so that we can reach the English-speaking community as well. We started speaking online with the hopes of preaching Vedanta amidst the mass. That was the dream of Swami Vivekananda. That is the dream that my guru taught me. He taught me to dream. Swami Vivekananda wanted Vedanta to reach every doorstep, and this is what we are trying to do. I'll be discussing from the book Vedanta Sar. This book contains the essence of Vedanta. This book is an orthodox approach. This describes the various steps that we need to follow and the various practices that we need to do in order to attain spirituality. But nowadays it is not possible to do so much because our lifestyle has changed to a great extent. But with the guidance of a proper guru and with my own will, it is possible to realize ourselves. It is possible to gain spiritual experience even at this age. Before starting, this video will just be an introduction, so I won't take much of your time. Please bear with me. Before starting, I would like to apologize in advance if there is any mistake while I speak. I am not a native English speaker, and since spirituality emerged from India, there are some spiritual words that we have in our vocabulary, we have in our languages, but there is a lack of an equivalent word in English. So we tend to replace those words with phrases. So I'll try my best to explain to make it easier for people to understand. So what spirituality is, it's a very debatable topic because there are many people who have given various definitions. Everything is based on every individual's own experience. So I've heard, especially in the West, I'm not talking about general public. I've heard from one or two people, they feel spirituality is about spirits, it's about the afterlife, but it's none of that. Spirituality does not deal with what comes after death. It deals with my life that I'm living now. So that is a big difference. We have all heard about the Vedas. The Vedas can be categorized into two parts. The first is Karma Kanda, which deals with rituals and rites, all the activities that needs to be done. And the second category is Gyan Kanda. So it deals with knowledge. Now the question is, what type of knowledge? Every form or type of knowledge that exists in this world, we will find everything mentioned in the Vedas. So the Vedas explain and mention each and every form of knowledge that can ever exist in this world. But Vedanta is a special form of knowledge. Vedanta, if we translate it literally, if we analyze the words literally, it means the last part of the Vedas or the culmination of the Vedas. But it also means the essence of the Vedas. So Vedanta deals with a special form of knowledge, which is the knowledge of the self, of my true self. Now a question can come, I know who I am. I have a name, I'm a girl, these are my parents, I have a very good family, I have certain educational qualifications, this is my professional degree, this is my professional work. This is how we tend to introduce ourselves and this is what we identify ourselves with. But Vedanta says, spirituality says, these are not your true identities. This is not what you are. This is not who you are. You are something else altogether, and it's time you know the truth and you know your true self. Now, this is nothing to be scared about. It's a very interesting subject. The path of spirituality, it starts with the question, who am I? What is my truth? What is the truth behind life? What is the objective of my life? A person who embarks on the spiritual path has this question. This is what leads to the commencement of spirituality. And the final destination is experiencing the true self or attaining self-realization. This is the main objective of spirituality or Vedanta. Now, the book Vedanta Sar, I would like to read a few lines from the introduction about Vedanta. The main subject of Vedanta is Brahman or Atman. Now, these are all Sanskrit terms. The word Brahman comes from the word Brihat. The word Brihat means infinite, immeasurable, something that is beyond measurement, that is Brihat or vast. It is something that cannot be confined. It is something that is not limited, that is limitless. So this Brahman is the subject of Vedanta. That is the main subject. Now, how am I related to this? Why should I care about this at all? Vedanta says, you are this Brahman or Atman. This Brahman is what you truly are. This is your true self. You are infinite. You are fulfilled. You are the embodiment of happiness, bliss, and peace. But we don't feel any of this. We know that we are very limited. We have our own limitations. We have our own setbacks. We are not happy at all with ourselves, neither with life. There is no peace to be found anywhere. For us, happiness and peace are all just options. Optionable. There is no guarantee that we will gain happiness in life. But Vedanta says, all your sorrows, the root cause is ignorance or nescience. What is this ignorance? It is because of the ignorance that we are unable to know about our true selves. We consider ourselves to be something that we are not. We are the Brahman. And once we realize this, all the sorrows that we have now will be completely eradicated from our lives. And we will only know happiness, peace, and bliss. So this is what Vedanta is about, and attaining this realization is what Vedanta teaches us. And this is what spirituality truly is. Let me read a few lines from the introduction of this book. The growing interest in Vedanta, even among people outside the pale of Indian thought, is in a very large measure due to its freedom from all narrowness. Now, this is where the beauty of Vedanta lies. We have seen multiple occurrences in history where people have rebelled against impositions. They have rebelled when some people have compelled them to follow something blindly. But none of this exists in Vedanta. Vedanta is a subject that is based on reasoning. Any statement, any assertion that you find in Vedanta, there is a logic behind it and there is an explanation behind it. And a major part of Vedanta is questioning. Every spiritual guru, a true guru, always encourages you to question. No true guru will ever tell you to follow anything blindly. I remember my guru, my master Bhagavan, telling me that don't just blindly follow what I say. You listen, you contemplate, and then you decide for yourself whether it is useful to you or not. Only then you accept my words. So this is why many people get attracted to Vedanta, because it is free from narrowness, it is free from limitations. It is something that is spontaneous and you have your own freedom. While it does not discard faith, whatever religion or philosophy may inculcate, it rests ultimately on the light of reason, a fact which naturally appeals to all rationally inclined minds in every part of the world. Like I said before, Vedanta is completely based on logic and reasoning. And we take pride as humans, we take pride being rationals. We consider ourselves to be rational. We don't want to accept anything without reasoning or logic. We always tend to think more and more about everything that is taught to us, everything that is imparted to us. And Vedanta is exactly that. Whatever question you have within you, you will always find a reasoning in Vedanta. And there are certain misconceptions regarding this, regarding the subject Vedanta. Many people feel that Vedanta sheds a negative light on a lot of stuff. It discards a lot of stuff. It discards the existence of this world, the material world that we are living in. But this is not the truth. Vedanta does not only say that the absolute truth is Brahman or Atman and nothing else exists. Well, this is the conclusion of Vedanta, of course, that there is only one entity, which is Brahman and Atman, and nothing second exists. The absolute truth is the Brahman or Atman. That is the ultimate reality. Everything else is false. This is the ultimate conclusion of Vedanta. But this does not come from orthodoxy or fanaticism. Vedanta simply explains the world as it is, without any prejudice and being impartial. Vedanta provides an impartial analysis of the world. It does not discard anything, it does not negate or deny anything. It just merely analyzes everything as it is, and then it provides a conclusion based on reasoning. So Vedanta is the most scientific subject that I have ever come across. So unless somebody really wants to know about this, nobody will believe. So first we need to form an idea about what the subject is about. Let me narrate a small story. There was a class of people who were willing to learn Vedanta. So a guru was invited over and the school authorities requested the guru to talk about Vedanta. So the moment the guru stepped into the class, he asked one question. Do you know anything about Vedanta? Everybody said, yes, we do know something. The guru said, you already know, then why did you invite me over here? Saying this, he left the class. Then again the next day, the school authorities, the teachers requested him to come and teach the students about Vedanta. So the next day he came, he asked the same question. Do you know anything about Vedanta? Now the kids were very aware because the last time they said yes, they were in big trouble. So this time they answered, no, we don't know anything about it. Then the guru said, how can you be so ignorant? You are coming to a class to learn about a new subject. You should study something on it. You should just go through what it is about. You just can't come with an empty slate. Slate as in your mind. Saying this, he again left. Again he was called back. And the guru said, I'll ask you the same question. Do you know Vedanta? Half of the class said yes. Half of the class said no. So the guru said, those people who say yes, since you know Vedanta, you teach those students who said no. I have nothing to do here. Saying this, he left again. Then finally, when he came back for the last time, he asked the same question, do you know Vedanta? And this time, everybody remained silent. And then the Guru said, okay, now you're ready to learn about Vedanta. So once we try to learn about something new, it is best to let go of our preconceived notions and to start afresh. Vedanta, basically what I have understood through all these years, what my Guru has made me understand is, Vedanta is not about learning anything new. It is all about unlearning whatever you have learned until now. Because whatever we have learned, whatever we have experienced from this outer world, all these knowledge have been nothing but impositions on our true self, that is Brahman. So Vedanta is all about unlearning. Just let go of everything that you have learned until now and try to keep a pure outlook with no preconceived notions, just a clean state of mind. This is how you learn anything new, not just Vedanta. Because this helps you to accept everything that the subject offers you. Because if we have partial views regarding anything, it does not help us to accept. The key to acceptance is having an open mind. So keeping any past notion will not help me learn something new. So once you learn Vedanta, once you start learning Vedanta, just try to keep an open mind, and I will never tell anyone to believe whatever I'm saying or whatever is dictating in this book. I always tell everybody to listen and contemplate or ruminate on whatever was discussed, and then to realize or find our own conclusion. This is how things work. There is nothing to be dictated. The truth is there, you just have to know it. This is the secret of its strength as well as its attraction. Further, its special value lies in the fact that it seeks the fruit of the knowledge of truth in this life, not in any world to come after death. We are very curious about afterlife. The entire Egyptian civilization was based on afterlife. I was ecstatic 1 year back when my family decided to go on a vacation in Egypt, because it's a very exotic country and I always wanted to visit it. But I felt very sad when I went there, because I was very concerned about the mental health of the ancient Egyptians, because they were so obsessed with afterlife. So I was thinking, did they live their own life? Because they were always thinking about what will happen after death. Why not just enjoy the moment that you're living? Why think about what is going to happen after death? Because you won't be there to experience it. This is another teaching of Vedanta. Always be at the present. You enjoy every moment. You enjoy now. You don't think about the past or the future, because you have no control over either of them. The past is gone, you cannot bring it back, and you don't know what will happen in the future. You're very uncertain about it. So the best thing is to just focus on the present. Because if we enjoy the present, if we work well in the present, then our future will be good. This is the automatic process. Since we keep thinking about the future, we miss the daily moments of life. We cannot enjoy the present at all. And this is how our life just goes by. So we should always be in the present. But we are more curious about what is going to happen after death. Vedanta said no. Vedanta says no. Don't think about what's going to happen after death, because you won't be there to deal with it. You won't be there to think about it. You will not be there to feel it. You think about the life that you're living right now. So the question should not be what will happen after death. The question should be, what is happening in my life now? What is the objective of my life? Why was I born? What should be done? the world that we see, is this all, or is there something beyond this? These should be the proper questions that needs to be asked. Vedanta teaches us to ask these questions and to seek the answers of these questions. So it does not deal with what will happen after death. It will deal with my life now. It is the effect of Vedantic knowledge on man's life here below that is of the highest consequence to the Vedantist. The teachings therefore lay great emphasis on moral discipline and understanding Vedantic truths. So the main objective of Vedanta or spirituality is knowing the true self. This is the main objective. It is not just trying to live a happy life. It's not just mere meditation to calm the mind. It is to immerse the mind in the truth, in the ocean of knowledge, and to know the true self. And the teachings lay emphasis on comprehending the truths of Vedanta. It is to realize what Vedanta is trying to impart. This is what spirituality truly is. And this is what all the scriptures in India explain. That is knowing the true self. The identity that we relate ourselves with now, that is not our true identity. We are the eternal peace, bliss, the embodiment of peace, bliss, the eternal ultimate truth. That is Brahman or Atman. That is the only existence. That is the only eternal existence. And once we know this truth, then we become king. This is why Swami Vivekananda could say that yes, I am the commander of the universe. The moment you know this truth, from that moment onwards, no matter how much you try, you can never find sorrow or unhappiness or any adversity. From the moment you know the truth, it's all bliss and peace and happiness and joy. And this is what Vedanta gives us. It gives us the ultimate attainment. And this is why knowing Vedanta is so important. This is why Swamiji said that Vedanta will be the need of the hour in future. And we truly need Vedanta in our lives. Because this will make our lives truly better. And this world truly a better place to live. So this is why we should all study and practice Vedanta, and this is what I will attempt to do through my sessions. I will try to discuss about Vedanta to make a positive impact within and internally and externally. So since this is just an introduction, I will end this video here. I hope the next week I will be able to hold a live session. There was some problem with my internet connection, so I was not able to hold a live discussion. Hopefully, fingers crossed, next Saturday, I will be taking a live session here. A post will be given before the live session starts, and I hope the discussion will be fruitful for everybody. Thank you so much for hearing me out till now. Thank you, and see you next week. Bye-bye.